long-term use, because it's something that is very important in this process, and we're looking at not just today or tomorrow, but 15 to 20 years down the road.
Austin Public Schools are considering new plans, flagging 10 schools for possible closure in the coming years. They'll look at factors like enrollment, the growth of surrounding neighborhoods, and the condition of the buildings. Those are developments we reveal today on KXAN News at 5.
That last point, the condition of the buildings, is a problem we've now discovered many schools are facing district-wide. Tonight's investigation sparked after crumbling concrete and cracks shut down T.A. Brown Elementary in the middle of this school year. The closure forced more than 300 students out of the building without warning. They are now attending other schools. Parents began asking questions, and soon KXAN investigator Kevin Schwaller uncovered other Austin schools are falling apart too.
By this point in the school year, parents and kids
1, 2, 3.
have the daily routine down.
Hello,
Puppies. 24 divided by 8.
All right.
But last month, the questions from Lauren Ward's children weren't about the nightly homework.
It makes me sad.
They wanted to know why their sister school, T.A. Brown Elementary, closed. Newly discovered cracks and crumbling concrete beneath the floors of Brown helped the district realize the school was no longer safe for students. These pictures show the problems inspectors found when they went into a crawl space beneath Brown.
It clearly hit home, and it hit home with the kids. They wondered if their school was going to shut down.
So we got to work, pouring through recent school inspection reports. The district discovered the problems at Brown as it began examining the condition of each school so it could plan for future upkeep and projects. Ward's children go to Doss Elementary. The reports show that school also has a crawl space, but did not have the extensive problems inspectors found at Brown. Still, a KXAN analysis of inspections found 11 schools in the district got poor marks for the underside of their floor slabs, the same category where Brown Elementary was failing.
Typically, a poor means that you're beginning to see degradation of the structural system.
These are pictures from beneath Barton Hills and Sunset Valley Elementary schools. Engineers say these buildings are safe for now, but problems are starting to show.
You're starting to see some minor cracks. You're starting to see a lot of moisture in the system. And so what we need to do is to assess it, which we've done. We need to come up with a plan to improve, which we're doing, and incorporate that into the master plan, which we're undertaking now.
That's Matthias Segura. He's the program director for the engineering firm AECom.
We start off with interviewing the principals, we interview staff.
Segura is helping as the district prepares plans for each of its roughly 130 schools. To show us how that process works, he walked us through another school, Rosedale.
Typical restroom in Rosedale. So you see we have finishes on the ceiling, deteriorating, a lot of moisture. When you talk about sanitary, you want to make sure you have hot water. So you can see here, hot water is not working in this restroom. We do have cold water.
These are the kinds of issues you're more likely to see in Austin schools.
You also have corroded pipes.
Facility report cards show 50 of AISD's main buildings score a 50 or below out of 100 on its facility report card. Those scores reflect the cost of repairs and replacement value of the building. Rosedale stands out for another reason. This school is sometimes the last one students here ever see. Rosedale is a school for students with severe medical needs. A display case holds the pictures of the children who died while enrolled at Rosedale.
I think it should be a palace, or it should be the magical world that Harry Potter walked into. It should be the best for these kids because it is their world.
But right now, Rosedale principal Elizabeth Dickey sees their school falling apart.
Yeah, good job.
Ward says her kids come home from an overcrowded school with rodent and bathroom maintenance problems.
I believe in public schools, but I don't feel that what we're doing right now is working.
The decisions about what the district can do to fix the problems will come out of this boardroom. AISD leaders are updating the district's master plan, and they'll be deciding if any projects should go in front of voters for a November 2017 bond election. Kevin Schwaller, KXAN, investigates.
You might also be asking how the district got to this place. First, a lot of these schools are getting older. Some of the buildings are simply reaching the end of their lifespans. But AISD has also been putting off $2 billion worth of maintenance. District leaders say they simply do not have enough money. They also point out the district could soon send half of every dollar it takes to the state as part of the Texas school finance system. AISD's chief financial officer says schools are still feeling the impact from state cuts in 2011. Now, bonds could come up again to help to pay for school buildings. And that money would not be subject to the same system of recapturing money to send to the state and to other districts.
The reason the AISD may close and consolidate 10 schools over the next 25 years and beyond, well, the conditions of the school buildings are bad, as we just saw. Academics, enrollment, and the future of surrounding neighborhoods are all key factors in these recommendations. Some parents at Dobie Pre-K in North Austin are not happy. They worry that even if it takes years for the doors to close, it will affect future families. The committee's recommendation states they would potentially send Dobie Pre-K students to Graham and Hart Elementaries. The report cited poor to average physical condition, under enrollment, and the lack of future growth in the area around Dobie.
We just want to let them know that we don't want them to close any possible to close the school. To let them know that we have babies right now, that we want them to come to this school and we love this school.
In coming weeks, the Facilities and Bond Planning Advisory Committee will have a series of meetings to determine which options to present to the public. If all goes as planned, the district would like to get feedback from parents and students sometime in February. Then by March, approval by the school board and a bond election next November.